Hello everybody! It's been a while since I've made a video. It's been a bit hectic beginning of September, or all of September kind of. Beginning of September, it was design week in Paris. So I tried to make the most of seeing new designers, the new collections, furniture collections. Well, obviously networking, going to some events and meeting new people or people that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. So I've made the most of that. And today, it's Sunday afternoon. It's great weather outside. I'm gonna go outside after this. And I wanted to make a video about what I've been obsessed with lately, because even though I haven't gotten around to making a new video, but I keep jotting down my obsessions. Here are 5 things that I'm currently obsessed with in interior design. Also because I'm in the process of transforming my apartment, and new wall samples were supposed to arrive on Friday, so I'm anxiously waiting for them so I can put them on the wall and live with them for a while and see how I want to paint my apartment. And in this process, I'm always looking for things that inspire me. Sometimes I see things and I'm like, oh, this is so cool for somebody else, not necessarily for me, but still, I keep them in mind. So here we go. The first thing that I stumbled upon this a while ago, Twemco Clocks. They are very popular, like retro Hong Kong. It's a very graphic kind of clock with, the flipping kind of numbers. And it wouldn't necessarily be something that I would use for my home, because that's just not the vibe, but it's definitely something that I would buy for my studio or my office, because I don't know why, maybe it's my Germanic side or my Germanic upbringing. There was always the time somewhere, time consciousness. And these Twemco models, I feel they have a good balance. They are kind of timeless, they are kind of retro, and they are coming back. Since they're from Asia, I was looking if I could find them also in Europe. And yes, you are able to find them on certain eBay sites or certain vintage resellers. So have a look online, and these are a very great timeless purchase. Second thing, this might be polarizing, but I recently went to the Mineral Museum here in Paris, and I'm not a crystal person, not at all. Whenever somebody, has all the like amethysts or these like rocks somewhere laying around, I'm like, I don't get it. And also, when they talk about like healing properties or something, I'm like, but when I went to the Crystal Museum, I understood the appeal of minerals, because there is such a great variety. And I think it's almost a bit sad that there is only these like a bit like woohoo energetics kind of crystals around that are generic, not necessarily very beautiful. But at the Crystal Museum, I saw gems. They are so pretty. And so what I did was I photographed the prettiest ones. I photographed almost all of them because they all were pretty. And then afterwards, I was curious as to if I wanted to buy like a good sized crystal as like a decoration, for example, in a library or on my bookshelf, as to what cost that would incur. And there is specialist sellers also on Etsy. So if you have the exact description and the exact name, Latin name of the stone, you can find them, and they are not crazy expensive. They are a decorative item that's a great purchase and really upgrades your home. And you can also bring your own personality in because there is such a great choice of all these beautiful crystals. Next up is some specific type of glassware. I'm always curious about, platforms or web shops that are not super, super big, that are more like curated from designers or also different countries. And I stumbled upon this page from Rebecca Udall, and she has a great selection of homeware stuff, and she has the best Murano tumblers. I think this is a great way to incorporate beauty into your daily life. And if you invest or have like just a set of really nice tumblers, it's a daily pleasure. If you set your table, you get back from your work day, you have your dinner. And I think it's those little pleasures, you make yourself a little non-alcoholic drink or lemonade, or even if it's just water, to drink from a really great glass. I think that's money well spent. She has all of many other things, but I think especially the glassware and those Murano tumblers that she has are gorgeous. So they're definitely on my wish list for Christmas. It's a very specific piece designed by Philippe Starck for the Italian company Glass Italia. And it's the crystal stool, transparent, glass color, like turquoise. And I've discovered this stool a while ago, maybe 2 years. And it's been on my wish list ever since. I think it's such great design because it can be a side table. It will visually not take up space, but you can also use it as a stool, especially in a small living space. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And, the obvious thing is to go for this farmer country house style. But at the same time, how could you switch it up? And this is definitely a piece. I mean, it's by Philippe Starck. So it will never lose any value. It's a design piece. It's definitely a bit of like a specific aesthetic, but I think it's a cool addition to an interior. And yeah, I can't get it out of my head. So I don't know, maybe it's going to be stuck in your head too now. I grew up with the Secretaires. We had one in our entryway. So there was, the entrance, we took off our shoes, and then in the little foyer, you crossed the corner and there was the Secretaire. And it was kind of like a fun concept because in the entryway, it was a catch-all. It was for our keys, our wallets, but also for documents, for the landline back in the day, for the fax machine back in the day. So I've always grown up with the Secretaire, and it's funny that now I go back to it because I'm thinking of maybe getting one for back here, thinking of maybe getting a cabinet or a Secretaire, depending on what's really needed in terms of storage and space. I love going down a rabbit hole, and I've been down the rabbit hole of Secretaires. The world of vintage and secondhand. I mean, the intricacies, the craftsmanship. I mean, the ideas that they came up with, also technically. And most of them, they're made only out of wood. Like some, they don't even use any screws. It's pure woodwork. And even some, they have like hidden boxes or hidden, I would even say like cavities that are secret. So if you push a secret button, it will like pop up. I'm obsessed with that. So if you're in the market for some sort of table or you're upgrading your workplace, maybe have a look into a secretaire. Also, you know, if you live in a small space, obviously, this was also the reason why I thought about it, because you can close it up. So it can be something that doesn't take up space, can be really narrow if you fold it up. And then when you use it, for example, on the weekends, maybe you want to do some work, or sometimes in the evening, you want to work from home. You open it up, you do your thing, and then once you go to bed and you're finished with your work, it kind of disappears and you can close it up. So this has been my 5 items. Let me know what you're obsessed with currently, because sharing is caring. I want to know. I'm curious. And I see you next time. Bisous.